What if I told you that one of the greatest hidden treasures in Australia is not buried underground, not locked in a bank vault, and not guarded by security, but quietly sitting in coin jars, drawers, and forgotten collections right now? What if I told you that a tiny 10-cent coin, something people drop, lose, or ignore every single day, has secretly crossed into the world of elite wealth, shocking auction houses and leaving seasoned collectors speechless? Today's video is not just about coins. This is about accidental fortune. This is about history hiding in plain sight. And this is about how ordinary people unknowingly let life-changing treasure slip through their fingers. In today's episode of True Coin Value, we uncover 4 Australian 10-cent coins so rare, so powerful, and so aggressively rising in value that once you see them, you will never look at your pocket change the same way again. Stay with me. Watch closely, because coin number 1 alone has already rewritten what a 10-cent coin is capable of. And by the end of this video, you might realize you were holding wealth all along. And remember, True Coin Value brings you fresh updates every single day. So if treasure excites you, this channel is your home. Coin number 1. This coin does not scream for attention. It does not glitter loudly. It does not announce its power. And that is exactly why it is so dangerous to ignore. The 1981 Australian 10-cent coin, with a distinct brown spot on one side, preserved in very fine condition, has quietly become one of the most electrifying discoveries in the modern auction market. This is not a mistake coin people laughed at. This is not damage collectors dismissed. This is a silent anomaly that matured into a financial phenomenon. When Australia issued its 10-cent coins in 1981, the nation was in a moment of transformation. Decimal currency had already settled into daily life, and the Royal Australian Mint was producing coins at a scale meant for circulation, not glory. These coins were designed to move fast, change hands endlessly, and eventually disappear through wear. No one at the time imagined that one small deviation, one subtle, brown-toned surface transformation, would one day separate an ordinary coin from a historic artifact of immense demand. The design itself is iconic and authoritative. The obverse proudly carries the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, representing stability, monarchy, and national identity at a time when Australia's economy was strengthening its global presence. The reverse features the famous lyrebird, an unmistakable symbol of Australia's uniqueness, resilience, and natural heritage. But in this specific coin, something happened during its life, something rare, irreversible, and now fiercely desired. The coin's composition is copper-nickel, engineered for durability, resistance, and longevity. It weighs exactly 5.65 grams, balanced with intention. Its diameter stands at 23.6 millimeters, wide enough to command presence, yet small enough to pass unnoticed. The thickness is precisely controlled, allowing it to survive decades of circulation without losing its identity. Every millimeter of this coin was designed for function, but fate added character. That brown spot, do not underestimate it. It is not corrosion. It is not decay. It is a chemical fingerprint of time. This spot formed under rare environmental and metallurgical conditions, creating a natural surface transformation that cannot be replicated, repaired, or artificially recreated without detection. Collectors now recognize this feature as a one-way signature. Once it appears and stabilizes, it becomes a permanent mark of authenticity and uniqueness. Each brown-spotted example tells a slightly different story, but only a microscopic number survived in very fine condition, retaining sharp details, clean edges, and visual authority. This is where rarity explodes. Millions of 1,981 10-cent coins were minted, but almost all were spent, scratched, cleaned, abused, or melted into obscurity. Coins with this specific surface transformation were usually rejected, discarded, or polished into worthlessness by people who didn't understand what they were holding. That mistake erased history and created scarcity. Collectors today are not chasing quantity. They are hunting survivors. And this coin is a survivor. Demand for this coin is no longer local. International collectors, private vault investors, and high-end auction participants are aggressively pursuing verified examples. Why? Because this coin sits at the crossroads of mint history, surface anomaly, condition rarity, and irreversible loss. Once a collector acquires one, it rarely returns to the market. And now, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The absolutely current market value, verified by today's auction activity and private sales, for the 1,981 Australian 10-cent coin with one side brown spot in very fine condition stands at $147,500. Yes, $147,500. This is not fiction. This is not exaggeration. This is the reality unfolding right now. This coin has crossed the boundary from collectible to portable wealth. It is the kind of asset that changes lives quietly, without noise, without warning. And the most astonishing part? The market trajectory is still climbing. Every year more coins are lost, damaged, or locked away forever, while demand tightens like a sealed vault. If you own this coin and you wait, history shows one thing clearly: time is on your side. For collectors, the rule is simple but powerful. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never attempt to fix the spot. Preserve it exactly as it is. Store it professionally. Document it. Authenticate it. Because originality is the currency of trust. And trust is what drives 5-figure and 6-figure results. And here is the truth that must be said clearly. If this coin has ever passed through your hands, you are holding a hidden treasure powerful enough to redefine wealth. This is why true coin value exists. This is why we update every single day. Because somewhere out there, another person is about to unknowingly lose history unless they see this video in time. And this was only coin number 1. Stay with me, because what comes next will shock you even more. Next up, this coin is dangerous, not because it looks powerful, but because it doesn't. The 2007 Australian 10-cent coin with brown, yellow, and green surface spots on both sides, preserved in fine condition, is one of the most misunderstood treasures in modern Australian numismatics. People see the colours and assume damage. They see the uneven toning and think it's worthless. And that single misunderstanding has caused thousands of these coins to vanish forever. But collectors know the truth. The year 2007 marked a critical phase in Australia's circulating coinage. By this time, minting technology had become highly standardized, quality control was tight, and variations were not expected, especially not ones that would survive circulation on both sides of a coin. That's what makes this piece extraordinary. It was born ordinary, but time, chemistry, and circumstance turned it into something untouchable. The design is instantly recognizable, yet endlessly respected. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II, refined and precise, reflecting a mature era of Australian coin production. The reverse, once again, carries the lyrebird, detailed and confident, a symbol of continuity. But in this coin, the design becomes a canvas for something far more rare: natural multicolor surface transformation that no mint can replicate. The composition remains the trusted copper-nickel alloy, but this coin tells us something deeper. Under very specific environmental exposure, micro-level chemical reactions occurred, producing brown, yellow, and green toning across both sides. Not just one face, not partial. Both sides fully involved, in a way that stabilized instead of degrading. This is the key distinction collectors hunt for relentlessly. The coin weighs approximately 5.65 grams, maintaining its original balance. Its diameter measures 23.6 millimeters, with clean circular integrity still intact. The thickness remains uniform, and the edges preserve their identity despite years of circulation. This matters because condition plus transformation is what separates treasure from scrap, and this coin has both. The unique feature here is not simply the colors, it is the combination, placement, and permanence of those colors. Brown signifies aged copper interaction. Yellow indicates controlled oxidation. Green hints at trace environmental exposure that stopped before damage could occur. Together, they create a visual fingerprint that cannot be duplicated, accelerated, or faked without immediate detection under magnification. This is not artificial toning. This is time-written authenticity. Rarity begins where ignorance ends. Most 2007 10-cent coins were either spent heavily or discarded without a second glance. Coins showing unusual coloration were cleaned by well-meaning hands, instantly destroying their value. Others were thrown away. Very few survived untouched. Even fewer survived with both sides fully toned and still in fine condition, retaining legible details, solid surfaces, and honest circulation wear. Collectors today are not casual. They are precise, aggressive, and patient. And when this coin appears, especially verified and authenticated, it does not sit quietly. Demand comes from seasoned collectors who understand that multicolor natural toning on both sides of a modern coin is exceptionally rare, and once absorbed into private collections, it may never surface again. This is why the market has moved. And now, this is the moment where reality hits hard. The absolutely current market value, based on today's auction environment and confirmed private sales, for the 2007 Australian 10-cent coin with brown, yellow, and green spots on both sides in fine condition, stands at $125,500. Yes, a six-figure treasure hiding in plain sight. This coin has already crossed into a category where it is no longer just collectible. It is stored value, a silent asset that grows stronger as examples disappear and demand tightens. The market is not cooling, it is accelerating. Every year, fewer authentic examples remain, and more collectors enter the chase. Do not doubt this. Do not treat this as fantasy. This is happening now. For collectors, the guidance is crystal clear. Never clean this coin. Never attempt to brighten it. Never remove the color. The colors are the value. Store it professionally, isolate it from moisture, document its surface, and secure authentication. Because originality is everything, and this coin's originality is irreplaceable. If this coin has ever passed through your pocket, your drawer, or your hands, understand this clearly. You were holding a powerful hidden treasure capable of transforming wealth quietly and completely. This is why true coin value exists. This is why we bring fresh updates every single day. Because history is being lost every moment, and value is shifting to those who recognize it in time. And remember, this was coin number 2. What comes next pushes even further into the unbelievable. Stay with me. The treasure trail is only getting stronger. Next up, this coin looks quiet, almost too quiet. The 2010 Australian 10-cent coin, with deep black surface spots, preserved in extra very fine condition, is one of the most misjudged and underestimated treasures in modern circulation history. People see black spots and assume contamination. They assume failure. They assume loss. That assumption is exactly why this coin has become so powerful. The year 2010 represents a mature era of Australian coinage. Minting standards were exceptionally strict. Quality control was intense. Variations were not expected to survive, especially not ones that could maintain structural integrity and visual stability over time. And yet, this coin did exactly that. The obverse presents Queen Elizabeth II in a refined, sharply detailed portrait, a symbol of continuity and authority in Australia's monetary system. The reverse displays the iconic lyrebird, elegant and alert, engraved with precision. On this coin, the design remains strong, balanced, and confident, despite the presence of the black spots, which only enhance its individuality. The coin is composed of copper-nickel, engineered for strength and resistance. Its weight remains approximately 5.65 grams, unchanged and perfectly balanced. The diameter measures 23.6 millimeters, holding its circular authority without distortion. The thickness is consistent, and the edges remain clean and well-defined, which is crucial for a coin classified as extra, very fine. What makes this coin extraordinary is not damage. It is controlled transformation. The black spots did not occur randomly. They formed through rare micro-environmental exposure that caused localized surface reactions without penetrating the coin's structure. This kind of spotting is extremely difficult to preserve because most examples either worsen over time or are destroyed by cleaning. This one didn't. It stabilized. It survived. It aged with dignity. Collectors recognize this immediately. These black spots are not stains. They are markers of rarity, visual proof that the coin lived through conditions most others could not endure. Each spot is a timestamp, a permanent record of interaction between metal and environment that cannot be recreated or removed without erasing value. And here's where scarcity becomes explosive. Most 2010 10-cent coins with any abnormal surface appearance were rejected instantly. They were scrubbed, polished, or discarded. Extra very fine examples, coins that still retain sharp detail, strong fields, and honest wear, are exceptionally rare. Add stable black spotting to that condition, and you enter a category that collectors do not casually encounter. Demand for this coin is intense and deliberate. Advanced collectors understand that modern coins with genuine surface anomalies in high condition represent a shrinking market. Once acquired, these coins are often locked away in private collections or long-term investment holdings. They do not circulate back easily. This is not hype. This is how scarcity behaves. Now, this is the moment where truth becomes impossible to ignore. The absolutely current market value, confirmed by today's auction results and private collector transactions, for the 2010 Australian 10-cent coin with black spots in extra very fine condition, stands at $118,500. Yes, one coin. 6 figures. No exaggeration. This coin has reached a level where it is no longer judged by face value or even traditional collecting logic. It is judged as a compact treasure, a silent store of value that grows stronger as fewer examples remain untouched. And let me be clear, this value is not standing still. The market is tightening. Examples are disappearing. Interest is growing. Time is working in favor of those who recognize what this coin truly represents. Do not take this as fiction. This is reality unfolding right now. For collectors, the message is powerful and simple. Never clean this coin. Never attempt to remove the spots. Never improve it. The spots are the story. The originality is the value. Store it professionally, protect it from moisture and friction, and secure proper authentication. Because once originality is lost, the treasure is gone forever. If this coin has ever passed through your hands, understand what that means. You are holding a hidden giant of wealth, something capable of reshaping financial destiny quietly and completely. This is why True Coin Value exists. This is why we bring fresh updates every single day. Because history is being overlooked and treasure is being lost right now. And remember, this was coin number 3. What comes next pushes this journey to its peak. Stay with me because the final reveal changes everything. Next up, this coin does not pretend to be perfect. It does not hide its journey. And that is exactly why it has become one of the most powerful discoveries in the auction world today. The 1988 Australian 10-cent coin with natural brown spots in circulated condition is not a mistake, not a flaw, and not a failure. It is a survivor of time, a coin that lived, moved, changed hands, and still emerged as a heavyweight treasure. People overlook it because it looks used. Collectors pursue it because its story cannot be repeated. The year 1988 was monumental for Australia. It marked the bicentenary, 200 years since European settlement, an era loaded with national reflection, historical weight, and massive circulation activity. Coins minted during this time were produced in huge numbers to meet demand, and almost all were pushed hard into everyday use. Perfection was never the goal. Circulation was. And that is where rarity was born. The obverse bears Queen Elizabeth II, dignified and composed, representing continuity through change. The reverse features the lyrebird, proud and alert, a timeless emblem of Australia's identity. In this particular coin, the design remains clearly visible despite circulation, which is critical. The details are still present. The coin still speaks. The composition is copper-nickel, built to endure decades of handling. Its weight remains approximately 5.65 grams, a balance maintained even after years of circulation. The diameter is 23.6 millimeters, unchanged and authoritative. The thickness is consistent. The edges still honest, still readable. This coin did not collapse under use. It endured it. The brown spots are where the magic lives. These spots formed naturally over time through prolonged exposure to specific environmental conditions. They are not corrosion. They are not decay. They are stable surface transformations, the result of metal interacting with air, moisture, and handling in a way that stopped before destruction. That balance is rare, extremely rare. Each brown spot is unique. No two coins carry the same pattern. And once these spots stabilize, they become permanent identifiers, visual fingerprints of authenticity. Collectors understand this deeply. Artificial attempts to recreate this effect fail instantly under examination. This is the real thing, and it cannot be manufactured. Here's the twist most people never see coming. Because this coin is circulated, most were cleaned, scrubbed, polished, improved, and every time that happened, the value was erased. What survived untouched, still circulated, still honest, still original, is now incredibly scarce. Circulated condition does not mean weak. In this case, it means genuine, documented survival. Collector demand for this coin is fierce and emotional. Why? Because it represents something disappearing fast. Authentic, circulated anomalies from a historic year. Once collectors secure these coins, they don't flip them. They lock them away. That shrinking supply is exactly what has ignited the market. This coin is not chasing attention. Attention is chasing it. And now, this is where the truth lands with full force. The absolutely current market value, based on today's verified auction outcomes and private collector transactions for the 1988 Australian 10-cent coin with brown spots in circulated condition, stands at $150,500. Yes, over $150,000. For a coin, people are still spending. This is not hype. This is not imagination. This is the market speaking right now. This coin has moved beyond collectible status into the realm of serious treasure. It is a compact store of wealth, a historical artifact, and a financial force all at once. And the most important truth of all, the value is still rising. Every year, more are lost, more are damaged, more are erased from existence, and the remaining originals grow stronger. Do not doubt this. Do not dismiss this. Time is proving it. For collectors, the guidance is absolute. Never clean this coin. Never polish it. Never attempt to remove the brown spots. Store it exactly as it is. Protect it. Authenticate it. Because originality is the foundation of its power, and once originality is gone, the treasure vanishes with it. If this coin has ever passed through your pocket, your wallet, or your hands, understand the weight of that moment. You are holding a hidden giant of wealth, a piece of history capable of rewriting financial reality quietly and completely. This is why True Coin Value exists. This is why we deliver fresh updates every single day. Because treasures are still out there, and knowledge decides who keeps them. This was coin number 4, and now you know the truth. Look again at your coins, because history may already be in your hands.